Good morning, my dear students, parents, and teachers. I'm always praying for your best career and good health. Today videos is very important for all the students, irrespective of their sessions and courses. And it is more important for the nodal officers of all the institutions in which a student under Pmsss from Jammu, Kashmir, and Ladakh are being admitted. And it is also important for the parents to understand the issues related with fee. So my dear students, first of all, every year 5,000 scholarships are awarded under Prime Minister Special Scholarship Scheme to the students from UT of Jammu and Kashmir and UT of Ladakh. The break of the 5,000 is 2,070 for general courses, 2,800 for professional courses, and 100 for professional courses. Scholarships are given under two heads. Number one is academic fee, which is paid by the AICT directly in the accounts of the institution. So it is credited in the accounts of the institution, which has been given by the institution as in a mandate form. So the second is the maintenance, which is paid and credited directly by the AICT in the accounts of the student. And again, the account given by the student, that's in a mandate form. So my dear students, let it be clear forever, because I have already explained number of times, but again and again students are reporting, even nodal officers, then sometimes they don't know about certain things, that they are little bit confused and sometimes even under stress when it comes to fee. So my dear students, first of all, please note it that in case of, there are three important points. Number one, the amount of fee so fixed or claimed by the institution. Number two, the amount of fee fixed by the State Fee Regulatory Committee. Number three, the maximum limit fixed by the AICT. Out of all these three, whichever is less, that is paid by the AICT to the to the institution under academic fee head. So about general courses, the maximum limit fixed by the AICT is rupees 30,000 per annum. In case of professional courses, it is rupees 1,25,000 per annum. And in case of general courses, in case of medical courses, it is rupees 3 lakhs per annum. So that is the amount fixed by the AICT. Now, in case of the amount fixed by under State Fee Regulatory Committee, that is given in the notification issued by the State Fee Regulatory Committee of different states. You can see those limits, and nodal officers and student must, they must go for all those notification and must check the different components and the maximum limits fixed under State Fee Regulatory Committee. So then comes the amount claimed by the institution. So I'm sharing with you some of the important points. Number one is, and you can record it and even note it. The number one is, that is tuition fees. The tuition fees is as per amount fixed by the State Fee Regulatory Committee or claimed by the institution, whichever is less. So when we have to go for pre-receipt for academic fee, that we have to take into consideration that tuition fee is always allowed. So next is admission fees. It is given only, this amount is given to the institution only in the first year. Only in the first year. That is known admission fee. Number third is university registration oblique enrollment fee. It is also given one time, that's too in the first year. So admission fee is also paid one time in the first year, and university registration oblique enrollment fees is also paid in the first year, mean only one time. So that you have to take into consideration. Number four, which is very important area, that is known as examination fees. There is lot of confusion, and so many students, they are reporting that institution is asking us to pay the examination fee. So my dear students, you can convey to your respected nodal officers or head of the institution, that institution can also claim the examination fee, and that will be, if it is included in the fee, that will be paid by the AICT to the institution. Students are not supposed to pay. And if under any circumstances that has been paid by the student, institution must claim from the AICT and reimburse the entire amount to the student. So any amount can be that, there is no specific limit of this amount. Institution must claim it, and it will help the student that if they are able to save some money, they will spend on books and other things. Next, that is the institute university development fee. So institute development fees or university development fee as per state fee regulatory committee rate, or wherever this amount is not fixed, then that is at the rate of 10% of the tuition fee, or as claimed by the institution, whichever is less. So whatsoever the university development fees are, that is as per state fee regulatory committee, or 10% of the tuition fees if it is not fixed, and then claimed by the institution, whichever is less. Then comes your laboratory fees. The lab fees, that is again there is no limit, and the institution must claim it from the AICT. Students are not supposed to pay it. And then it comes to library fee. The maximum limit is 5,000, and the institution can claim library fee up to 5,000. Then I-card, it is also one time in the first year, that can also be claimed. And then training and practice fees, one time in first year, no limit. The reasonable amount is allowed. Institution can claim from the AICT and not to ask the student to pay for it. Then internet fee, again internet fee, reasonable amount is allowed. Then it comes sports fees or gymnasium fees or game khana fees, whatsoever the title may be, but maximum amount rupees 2,000 is allowed. Institution can claim under academic fee. And then it comes, medical insurance fee. The medical insurance fee, again there is no limit. A reasonable amount can be claimed by the institution from the AICT. You know that you will find so many are nursing students working round the clock and really working very hard, or medical students, etc. So even uniform, that can be amount of uniform that can also be claimed. For example, 2 sets in an academic year. So maximum amount admissible is up to rupees 2,000. That can be claimed from the AICT. So students can share with their nodal officers that they can claim from the AICT uniform amount, and 2,000, even 1,000 or 100 rupees matters for these students. They are coming from rural area, far-flung areas, poor student, but meritorious students. So we are thankful to the nodal officers, head of the institution. They are taking so much care of our students, and they are taking so much, and helping them. The students, they are always talking so high of them, but sometimes due to some misunderstanding or confusion, students feel, little depressed when there is any confusion related with payment of fee. Then it comes, clinical fee. The clinic fee for nursing student, again there is no limit. The clinical fee, that is also paid by the AICT. Then the SNA fee for nursing student only. And then educational tour fee, maximum amount admissible is 5,000, to be payable along with academic fees in the second and third year in case of 4-year courses, and in the second year in case of 3-year courses. Now these are the very important components, and if all these components are included and within the maximum limit, I don't think there is any issue. It is very clear. Then so many nodal officers, they are asking, okay, we don't know, and how it is to be claimed. For new institution there may be little issue, but in case of students, in case of institutions which are already approved and in which already students are being admitted, I don't think there should be any issue. So now, my dear students, all these points you have to take into consideration in case of academic fees. Anyhow, these points which I have shared with you, in addition to these points, if there is any other component of fee which has been approved by the state fee regulatory committee, but that has not been included in the above given points, that can also be claimed by the institution from the AICT. If that is within the maximum limit, that will also be paid by the AICT to the institution. That is very clear. So these are the areas which are very important. Sometimes your institutions, they are asking for the fee which is not covered under these points, are the fee fixed by the state fee regulator, or the component fixed by the state fee regulatory committee. So sometimes an institution has claimed soft skills and value added program, training program, that will not be included. Similarly, there are so many other points. You must take care of all those points, but these are the important points which which institution can claim from the AICT. So students in that way will be having more money in their pocket for academic activities, and since they are coming from very poor families, it will be quite helpful to them. So my dear students, for few points again I want to explain with you, that in number one, in a particular state, maybe there is a fixed amount fixed by the for professional courses, or those who are in the engineering and technical courses, and if that amount is fixed, it may be 24,000 or any amount, that will include everything. So everybody should be clear about it. Number two, when you join the institution, you are not supposed to pay the academic fee or any component of the academic fee which is approved or included under the above given points. So that should be clear to all the nodal officers also. Then sometime those students, in case of sometimes institution at the time of admission, they will ask you for caution money for the library, maybe for the hostel, or maybe for anything else, or any library security, all these are 100% refundable. Once your course is over, these amounts will be refunded to you. That is known as that you have to pay at that time. Then the second step is regarding maintenance fee. Maintenance allowance is the amount which is paid by the AICT to the students to meet the hostel expenses, mess expenses, transportation expenses, purchase of books, stationery, and all other miscellaneous expenses, maybe sometime electricity bill of the hostel, etc. If all these amounts are met out of the maintenance, so 1 lakh rupees per annum which is paid by the AICT to the student, but that depends on the certificate issued by the institution, that is known as continuation certificate, which is uploaded by the institution and duly signed by the student and the head of the institution and stamped, and accordingly the amount is calculated for the period of their stay or studies. So that is very important, and whenever you sign, you must verify and take the dates into consideration. So that is the point which you have to take into consideration. And after every 1 year, you have to institution are supposed to upload the promotion certificate. And similarly, the amount which is paid by the AICT to the institution, that is to be audited, maybe by the accounts department or by the chartered accountant in case of private institutions. And the audit report should also the academic audit report should also be submitted to the AICT. So all these things you have to take into consideration, and accordingly the amount is sanctioned to the student. Now sometimes students, they are asking for that, sir, in case we have paid more amount means if you have paid more than the prescribed limit. Normally all the institutions are asked to admit the student under Prime Minister's Special Scholarship Scheme. They are requested that under the scheme they should give the willingness that within this fee structure they will admit our students. Then students are not supposed to pay. But in case students are going for admission on their own in specific courses, for example, students are going to IIT, NIT after clearing examinations, competitive exams. So if there is any difference of fee, then in some institutions, in some areas, even extra amount is paid by the students. So that is the point based on my experience and knowledge. But again, if you have any confusion, you can ask, you can post your message in the WhatsApp. Again, in the next video, we will explain all those points. If you have any doubt, you can ask. So my dear students, there should not be any confusion. You should be clear that academic fee is credited in the accounts of the institution by the AICT. The students are not supposed to pay the academic fee, which is within the limits and prescribed by the maximum limit fixed by the AICT, or as per approved by the State Fee Regulatory Committee, or claimed by the institution, whichever is less. That is very clear. So if there is any doubt, or if sometime if you have paid examination fees or any other component of the fee, and you must get the proper receipt of that, official receipt, and request the nodal officer and the head of the institution to claim the same from the AICT, so that they can utilize that amount for other academic activities. So my dear students, once again, all the best. Take care. Good day.